Welcome back to Millers in Motion, and welcome back to the Wisconsin Dells. Where our last video left off, we attempted to go do a few hikes in some of the state parks, and let's just say a combination of weather and maintenance on those trails stymied us a little bit. So let's dive right into the video. All right, well, in lieu of the hiking, and now that we're post-lunch, we're just going to go eat a crap ton of fudge.
That's right. I figured it would be good if we gave you guys a comparison so that when you came, if you knew which fudge was best.
I'm going to have diabetes.
I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, well, okay. So if you didn't know, the Dells has a crap ton of like fudge and candy shops and all that stuff. So we're actually going to do our little walk down back to the main River Arts District, I think is what they officially called it. I know it as the old downtown, so that's why I keep referring to it as that. But that's our game plan, and we may, I don't know, play more mini golf along the way.
Possibility.
This is just kind of wander around and explore and see what we get into situation. Alright, so we just hit up the Swiss-made fudge place, and we bought way too much stuff, but we're going to do an official fudge diagnosis, if you may, of the original ones here at the Dells. And that was one of the first ones along with the Wisconsin Dells Fudge Company. So that one is up next, but we're going to taste all this back at the rig. All right, we are going to head back to the RV and not play mini golf, but we have accumulated all of the fudge and candies and things that will eventually kill Ryan.
Okay, little exaggeration there. We got fudge from two places. There were several places that had fudge we did not get.
We went with the original too.
That's right.
But we also, at one of them, spent a small fortune on other things besides fudge.
Oh my goodness, we bought gifts for people.
Oh, that's not for me?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Sealed, and I don't know.
So instead, we're going to head back. We're actually going to do this back at the RV and taste some of this and see if any of them are even worth your time or money. / chocolate. It's fudge tasting time. Okay, so I don't understand why fudge is a thing in the Dells. But it always has been. And the original two were the original Wisconsin Dells Fudge Company, something like that.
Original Wisconsin Dells Fudge, yes.
And then the other is Swiss-made fudge. So they've been here forever. I remember seeing them as we have grown up. I don't know why one's a log and one's a square.
I guess just artistic preferences. They are both about $10 for a half pound, so comparably priced. And they were both started in 1962. Now, the original is going to tell you they were the first, but technically they were in the same year. So, historically.
Look at their tax documents to find out. No, I have no idea. So, all right, why don't you dive into one?
All yours. Should taste like
frosting.
Diabetes.
It's very sweet.
You're exactly right. This is frosting on a cake.
Which
delicious.
I'll be honest, I don't know what fudge is supposed to. I mean, I know it's supposed to have like a soft consistency.
This is very soft.
Yeah, it's creamy.
It is.
It's very sweet.
It's very sweet.
Pretty sure I just had a half pound of sugar.
It's very smooth. It almost tastes like this might be made with some powdered sugar at some point. But anyways, all right.
Sure.
Now then, let's try the other one.
This one's darker.
It is darker.
But they're both milk chocolate. Ooh.
This one is thicker.
Yep. She a thick girl.
Is she thick or is she dense? Okay.
So it's
totally
grainier.
Different. Yeah.
It's grainier.
It's grainier.
But it's nowhere near as sweet.
No.
That's frosting. That's fudge.
I agree with that. Now, unfortunately, I like the frosting better, I think. But they're just totally different.
I don't know what I like better. I wish that wasn't quite as sweet. I know, shocking Ryan saying that. But this actually tastes like some form of chocolate. I can't quite put my finger on it. So that's your favorite?
I do. I kind of like the Swiss made better. I mean, they're both delicious. I think you don't make a wrong decision.
So I was gonna say, is one worth your money over the other, or is one? Are they worth your money or not?
Of course, it's chocolate. What do you think?
I'm gonna say I actually like this one better.
Okay.
But I wish it was less grainy.
I get that. Yeah.
So are they both perfect? No.
But
we should do this at Buc-ee's.
What is perfect fudge? This would be good with like Reese's Pieces on it.
I did get something called Peanut Butter Heaven. So
yeah, he really likes peanut butter. So
and chocolate.
That would be good. Together. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's been our official Dell's Fudge review, and in typical Dell's fashion, the mosquitoes are starting to come out. So.
They are. All of 5 minutes before that took.
I have no idea what we're going to do next, but
okay.
See you when you see you.
Bye.
For you, it'll be right now. See. All right, on to the next adventure. We're actually taking the truck this time because we're going to do a few things. But first, because it feels correct, we're going to play more mini golf. All right, so in our next miniature golf adventure, we're doing Timber Falls. This is the one where Lauren went in the no-zone land, but this is actually my favorite.
Is this not the jankiest course you've ever seen?
I think that's why I like it, actually.
I think so, too.
Okay, well, I was going to say we'll show you the fun stuff, but this looks fun. Ooh, also a really pretty Class C just went that way. Good luck.
I don't think there's any finesse in this.
I mean, not hitting it in the water would be finesse. I don't think you have to hit it very hard.
I don't think so either. There's a lot of open space down there, okay? And there's no way to avoid the bricks, so we were just trying to keep it inside the park.
Finesse. If you got that reference, comment down below what it's from.
You say I know this, but the last days in real life I've noticed losing focus, breaking up from our life as we know it. If someone had told me that I will be strong, oh, I'm gonna rise and fly, and leave the goals between the lines.
Okay, so that was Timber Falls mini golf.
How did it go?
I won the first round in the video prior. Okay, so as a miniature golf course,
Okay,
it's fun.
It's fun. To me, that's part of it, like that it's not perfect and it's kind of terrible, and that my skills get put to use. Yeah.
So it's lesser quality of Pirates Cove. It's still fun. It's way more scenic and there's a lot more undulation.
Yeah.
Even though Pirates Cove's built on a freaking mound.
Right.
So, and I say that I don't think we played the best course in the last video at Pirates Cove for representation. So I think we should go play the course there.
Of course you do. So for reference, Pirates Cove has 5 courses. This one here at Timber Falls has 3. But this one has goats.
You could look at that as a positive. They're not, because they're goats. They eat tin cans.
But they're cute.
Again, eye of the beholder.
I had fun.
So next up for us, we're going to go to one of our favorite restaurants. This just opened the last time Lauren and I were here, like, what was it, 18 years ago? 19 years ago. That doesn't make me feel old at all. And it's called Moosejaw. So it's a microbrewery, pizza, burgers, that kind of stuff. And for some reason, there goes Lauren. Back to the goats. I just want to go eat, and she's going to pet goats. So we made a pit stop on our way to dinner. What happened?
What happened was it was a cheese store.
By the way, there's a ton of them here. I don't even know how to describe. Did we even buy cheese?
You did?
I bought a little bit. I bought like a snack pack thing with some.
Hold on, that's the bag on the floor.
I also got bratwurst, because finding bratwurst in Texas, that's right. I mean, Johnsonville's a thing, but it's not fine. Jalapeno cheddar sticks.
Honey, they had local fresh honey.
Lauren bought a shirt.
They did.
Oh, we got cow pies.
For other people, too. Not just for us.
Yeah. And if you don't know what that is, I don't know what to tell you. We buy cow pies. We're weird like that.
Oh, no.
So there's a thing called the Baraboo Candy Company, and they make something called a cow pie. It looks reminiscent of what you would expect when you say cow pie, but it's like a peanut, pecan, like caramel chocolate coated cluster thing. It's candy, but with an interesting name because there's a ton of cows in Wisconsin. So,
and it says Baraboo, so that's fun too.
All right, now we're going to dinner at Moosejaw. Somebody like me probably sat on him.
I think he needs to see the vet.
We have a picture of us somewhere because that's been here this whole time. He's a little rough right now. All right, so Moosejaw, pizza, brewing, all of the things. It was just kind of okay this time. I don't know if it felt very different, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if you felt the same way or not.
I did, and I kind of mentioned that. I was like, I don't know if my palate has changed or if like maybe they changed or changed ownership. I don't really know.
Yeah. So it felt overly processed. Like I had 3 slices of pretty big size pieces of pizza, and I honestly don't really even feel full.
Right. To me, the crust almost felt like it had been frozen at one point. I don't know. The sauce was inconsistent. There was a lot on the crust and none in the center. We got the pretzel bites and they said that they were like handmade and this and that, and it was...
They were handmade. Yeah. I'm an NBA star.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I don't think that it helped that the waitress didn't know anything about the options as much.
I asked her about a beer because it had like a hint of cranberry, and it was like 90% cranberry. It
was like bright red, almost like they put syrup in it.
And it did. It tasted syrupy, and it wasn't their beer, so I get it. But you should know the products, especially if you're asked the question. And I didn't expect her to just offer it up.
Right.
I asked because I like kind of like shandies and stuff like that, which is kind of what I thought this would be like, with like a hint of a lemon or a flavor.
Sure.
Nope.
No. Well, and I know that this is kind of an extenuating circumstance, but it said cranberry on it, this and that. She didn't mention that there were also like cherries and cherry flavors in there.
You're allergic to cherries.
I'm allergic to cherries, so I took a big old drink of it thinking it was just cranberries. So I know that she can't foresee that, but in the description of it, that might have been a good time to volunteer that.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I would say pass.
Yeah.
Unless something changes, which sucks because it was good the first time we were here, but that was also a very long time ago. And it's a fun place. It's a cute place.
It is.
But between the kind of mediocre service and just mediocre food, I wouldn't spend the money. How much was our tab?
Oh, it was like $50.
Yeah, and that was for 1 pizza and an appetizer and then 2 beers.
Yeah.
So
we had to ask twice for water. It was the little things.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'd say skip it, find something else. But
yeah.
I guess.
Unfortunately, which makes me sad.
Do as we say, not as we do. So, I think we're just going to go back and relax. We may do a campfire, which is rare for us. So, let's head back to the camper. So, thanks to our neighbors that were here earlier, I'm actually going to go ahead and start a campfire. We have never actually done a wood-burning campfire, us. We've been to a bunch. We have talked about buying a propane one to plug into the rig to have, but we've never actually done one. So this is a first for us, and it's crazy. It took us almost 3 years to do it. So there's only one real question I have with this. How big can I make it?
I would like to go to bed at a reasonable time.
Hey, there.
You see, I know this, but the last days in real life I've noticed losing focus, breaking up from our life as we know it. If someone had told me that I will be strong, oh, I'm gonna rise and fly, and leave the goals between the
lines. Well, good morning from a rainy Wisconsin Dells.
Kind of poopy outside.
Yeah, it came in overnight at some point. We kind of knew it was a potential thing, but here we are.
It hasn't been heavy. That's the good news.
Yeah. It's our first rainstorm in the RV. So far, it seems to be holding it pretty well, handling it pretty well.
No, it rained at Twin Coves, remember? Our shakedown.
Oh, I did. Okay. Not first rainstorm. So, but we are not going to let the rain damper our day.
That's
for the most part.
The rain doesn't change the taste of Paul Bunyan's donuts.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Enough rain, the roof collapses. That changes the taste of the donuts.
Not today, though.
So we are heading to Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty.
That's right.
This thing has been around forever. I've been going there since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. You've had one experience there because it's the one place for breakfast I love here. It is a very much so Wisconsin thing.
It is.
I mean, it is Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty. It is all you can eat because it's Wisconsin.
Family style.
And it's, well, we'll show you the food, but the thing they're famous for is their cinnamon sugar donuts.
Which they will ship. Ask me how I know.
So, it's not only a culinary experience,
as the word shanty indicates.
And I'm saying experience and not gravitating towards one direction or the other at the moment, but it's also a senses experience because there's a little shop in front. And by little, I mean can't move, like Cracker Barrel on steroids kind of a situation.
Let's go shop.
So, let's head there now. It's not very far. We were going to walk. It's raining. I'm not walking. We come to you from the truck because it's still rainy outside. But Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty.
10 out of 10.
I don't know about 10 out of 10. It's definitely not a fine dining experience in any capacity, but it's one of those places that's just very homey feeling. I mean, you saw it. It feels like just a big log cabin inside. Honestly, it looks like a big log cabin from the outside. And so far on this trip, every place we've gone to that we remember really liking has kind of disappointed us.
Yeah, kind of fallen flat a little bit.
This didn't.
No, this was everything you remember it to be. And I will say, like, to me, the food actually is good.
Yeah.
So
it's basic, but it's good.
But it's good.
So the eggs are eggs. The donuts are amazing. The pancakes are solid. They're not the greatest pancake, but they're definitely not at the bottom. They're just a solid pancake. Yeah. Their sausage, they don't do bacon, but they do two kinds of sausage. That's bacon. It's a thing up here, but a lot of the restaurants do sausage first. The biscuits and gravy were probably the only thing that was probably a little subpar.
Oh, you think?
But it's different. It's not that it's subpar. It's just that it's different.
Okay, that's what I would say.
You get used to, like, if you grew up in the South, like if you're from the Carolinas or Tennessee, your biscuits are different than what's in Texas, for instance, which is what's different from up here. And then even the gravy. Like where we come from in Texas, gravy is very much so a cream gravy, very pepper heavy. Up here, there's hardly any pepper in it.
Right.
But they always crumble up sausage, that kind of stuff, use drippings from when they cook off sausage to make their gravy. And so it's just different. It's not that it's bad, it's just not my preferred method, if that makes sense. So
I thought it was good, though.
Yep. As solid as always. Now, with the rain, I don't know what we're going to do today. We need to go back and clean the RV up a little bit and just kind of touch up little things because when it gets rainy like this, the dogs track everything in. So we're going to head back and just kind of do that. Today may be a lounge day.
It might be. We got to drop off all the stuff that we bought, including the extra donuts for the drive home.
We did buy extra stuff. I didn't forget about it, but I forgot about it since we started recording. And then we have a fun dinner experience. It's a first for somebody, and it's mine in a long time. So.
And it's not gimmicky. I'm going to tell you that. Ishnala. Oh, boy.
Okay, let's go back to the rig. We cleaned up.
Look at us.
From doing nothing.
That's right.
We literally have just been relaxing all day and kind of chilling and using that vacation time.
That's right.
Also, the weather's been kind of poopy. So that hasn't helped, but we've been nice and chill, but it's time to go do something.
Oh, boy. And let me guess.
First for you.
food's going to be involved.
It has been every other time since we've been here and ever. Yeah. So today we're going to go do the most popular Wisconsin supper club.
All right.
Lauren, what's a supper club?
I'm going to guess you go eat supper.
Yeah, you do. But supper clubs are not something that are around the rest of the U.S. There are, they kind of are, they just don't call them that. So essentially a supper club is a venue that it's a restaurant at the end of the day. It's as close, I would say, like a steakhouse in Texas, but it's not necessarily a steakhouse because they do a bunch of other things. Typically, it's a smaller menu. It's more limited, but a higher quality.
Okay.
And they do a lot more specials and rotational things. Another big feature of supper clubs, at least here in Wisconsin, is they do what's called the Friday night fish fry. So in Catholic religion and culture, it's common to not eat meat. But fish is okay. So a lot of people will eat fish on Friday. That's why there's so many Friday night fish fries. In Wisconsin, it's also kind of a gathering point, and supper clubs are the same way.
That's what I was going to say, is I feel like supper club is kind of a social thing where like people come together, they're sharing drinks. So like this place opens at 3:30, so we're not going to have dinner at 3:30, but you meet friends or family there and kind of hang out and whatnot. And then you even like, I don't want to say it's crowded in the restaurant, but like the pictures I've seen at least.
It's not, so it's
cozy.
Busy. But not necessarily crowded.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to say that. Obviously, really popular ones and good ones are going to be busier and more crowded than smaller, less popular ones. There's a bunch of them all over the state. We happen to be going to the #1 rated one.
I picked a good one.
It is called Ishnala. It has been there for a very long time. We are being joined by my cousin Kent. We went to Cal's Corner in our last video. Him and his wife and son.
And son.
Our ring bearer.
That's right. Nothing makes you feel old like your ring bearer about to graduate from college.
Yeah, so they're going to drive down from where they are. Well, Cal's driving up, and Kent and Michelle are driving down. So we're going to join them. So we're going to show you a bunch of stuff, but we're going to come back and talk to you after the meal because I don't get to see my cousin very often. I want to catch up with him a little bit too. So.
That's right. And this one is on Mirror Lake, which we didn't get to hike earlier. So I'm excited to kind of see it this time. I didn't know that if we parked there, we could hike it. But yeah, hey, now you know.
So I also have one other thing that I need y'all's help with. In the comments, I need to know, is a traditional old-fashioned with bourbon or whiskey or brandy?
Oh, boy.
I can tell you old-fashions came from Wisconsin because Wisconsin as a whole is a drinking problem. But... it's spoiler. It's actually brandy. It's not my preferred, but it's brandy. And I say that I may try them because there's a unique thing with old fashions. I doubt you're going to get an old fashioned tonight because you're not a big fan. But they actually ask you at Ishnala if you want it sweet or sour.
Oh, okay.
So, and one has whiskey, one has brandy. So.
Well, and they've been really highly rated for their old fashions too. So that's good for you.
So, yeah, and not Lauren so much.
That's okay. I'll be fine.
Okay. All right, let's head over there. All right. First impressions of Ishnala and or Supper Club.
It's beautiful. Like the vegetation, the lake, and just everything that they have. It's just beautiful. And I love the history that they've gone to such lengths to like preserve and to convey to you. So I like it.
First impressions of your very first supper club.
Okay. It was not as clubby as I thought it was going to be.
It's not.
It was kind of like in Texas how we'd have a steakhouse, right? Where there's a bar, you have a drink, you go to your table.
I'd say probably a more casual version of that, but yes.
Yeah, have a really nice meal, and then you can still like hang out or whatnot afterwards if you wanted to. But the food was very good. The drinks were very good. The company was fantastic. So it's not quite what I imagined a supper club would be, if you will, but we had a great time.
And I will say it's been a very long time since I've done it, and it's exactly how I remembered it.
Is it?
For the most part. I didn't remember the food.
Okay.
Like, I knew it was like prime ribby, steaky, kind of seafood, fish, that kind of stuff. Like, nicer meal.
Very much.
Kind of a thing, but more of a Wisconsin flair to it. So, obviously flavors are going to be very different from, like, we're from Texas, so we're used to things being a little more spicy, pepper forward, that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's not that. This is a Midwest steakhouse. It's, you know, seared in a pan with butter and herbs and that kind of stuff, and then oven baked the rest of the way. But as a whole, for starters, this particular, not all supper clubs look like this. That's probably the first thing.
Gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should say is that sometimes it's like a hole in the wall. They're not always like this, but this one is voted the best one in Wisconsin for a reason.
Yeah, I can see why.
But they are designed to come early, have a drink, listen to some music, talk with your friends, have the meal, and then have a drink afterwards, kind of a thing. It's not a very fast experience.
No, I wouldn't have called it, like, the dinner service itself also wasn't slow
No,
by any means.
it flows correctly.
It flows, yeah.
But we got here at 3:30.
Yeah.
And it's 7, so we were here for 3.5 hours. Typically, right around 3-ish is kind of the norm. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Just kind of depends on how busy. I would say they're not very busy. It's the week after Memorial Day, so I'm sure it's a little toned down right now.
Yeah, and the weather was kind of rough today, so people may not have come out to enjoy the trails and outdoor stuff.
And as you can see in this picture, we came with my cousin. We met my cousin and his family here as well, and got to hang out with them and catch up with them a little bit, which was great. That's the same cousin that owns Cal's Corner up in the other side of the state. With that, we're not doing anything else tonight because we're full.
Very full, yes.
So we're just going to head back to the rig, get settled in, walk the dogs, normal routine stuff. With that being said, good night.
Good night.
Hello from the future, and yes, I have a Paul Bunyan shirt on. That's how much I love the place. So this video got long. My bad. I didn't realize we did so much stuff in this section, but what you're about to see is kind of how we actually hook everything up and a few other little upgrades and things that we've changed from our original what we've done to the rig to now. So I'm going to break it off into its own video. So with that, thank you so much for coming along with us on this Wisconsin adventure. Hopefully you liked everything. Ishnala was still amazing. I'm still thinking about it. Old fashions. So next week, I'll actually talk about all of the new upgrades and then calling back to what you haven't seen yet in talking about how we are in real practice at a campground, talking about packing up and heading back out. So thank you so much for watching. And yes, this is if you stay to the end of the video, you're seeing a little mini preview of something I've been working on in the background because the RV Shenanigans podcast is very close to coming back. We're recording our first episode in the new studio that I'm standing in. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye, Mom.